Let me tell you the story of a man whose name history refused to forget. A man whose empire stretched from sunset to sunrise, but whose true greatness lay in something else entirely. In an age when empires were built with sword and blood, one man stood up and declared, "I shall rule with justice." His name was Cyrus, but history would call him Cyrus the Great. 600 BCE. In the heart of Anshan, where the sun rose each morning over the Zagros Mountains, a child was born whose destiny was intertwined with the fate of the world. But in the palace of Ecbatana, the king of the Medes had a dream that froze the blood in his veins. He saw a tree growing from his daughter's womb, its shadow covering the entire world. Fear consumed the king. "Kill this child," he commanded. But fate had other plans. Cyrus grew among the people. He witnessed the pain of oppression, understood justice, and realized that kingship meant service, not dominion. 553 BCE, Cyrus stood before the mighty army of the Medes, not for a crown, not for power, but for the freedom of his people. 3 years of bloody war. And finally, in 550 BCE, Astyages was defeated. But what Cyrus did after his victory changed the course of history. Cyrus did something no conqueror before him had ever done. He didn't destroy the Medes, but united with them. Persians and Medes, yesterday's enemies, became today's brothers. And so it began, the Achaemenid Empire. Starting from the heart of the Zagros Mountains, it spread like sunlight to every corner of the world. Next target, Lydia. Land of Croesus, the Golden King, a man whose wealth had become legend. But against Cyrus's wisdom, gold proved insufficient. Babylon, the city that was, at that time, the beating heart of world civilization. The Hanging Gardens, the Tower of Babel, and gates that seemed to reach heaven itself. But in this beautiful city ruled a king who had forgotten his people, Nabonidus, who had insulted the gods of his subjects and destroyed their temples. 539 BCE. A day history will never forget. The gates of Babylon opened, not for war, but for welcome. And then Cyrus did something that no one before him had done, and no one for hundreds of years after. He wrote the world's first charter of human rights: freedom of belief, abolition of slavery, respect for cultures, reconstruction of temples. These weren't the dreams of modern humanity, but the laws of Cyrus 2,500 years ago. And the Jews who had been in Babylonian captivity for 70 years were freed. They called him the Lord's Anointed, the first and only non-Jew to receive this title. Cyrus was the first to understand, true empire is an empire of hearts, not territories. He created satrapies, local governments with cultural freedom. 530 BCE. Cyrus, at about 70 years old, was killed in battle with Central Asian tribes. Perhaps he sought to extend his realm of justice to the furthest corners of the earth. In Pasargadae, the city he himself had built, they laid him to rest. A simple tomb, but the message upon it, eternal. Cyrus died, but Cyrus did not perish. His name lives on in the Bible, in Greek writings, in Iranian hearts, and in the UN Declaration of Human Rights. From Alexander the Great to Thomas Jefferson, from Roman emperors to modern leaders, all learned from Cyrus that true power lies in justice. What great lesson can we learn from Cyrus? That true greatness lies in justice, not in conquest, in service, not in dominion, in uniting, not in dividing. Cyrus the Great, a man who proved that legends become reality when justice is at their heart.